Welcome to the Mind of the Fans podcast, your go-to show for all things Premier League football. Join host David and Spy every week as they dissect the best and worst moments from each match, delivering insightful analysis and engaging discussions. From intense rivalries to top-notch performances, they've got you covered, but it doesn't stop there. Stay tuned for updates on major European games and breaking news. Get ready for an unforgettable football experience on the Mind of the Fans podcast. Let the games begin.
Hello everyone, welcome to Mind of the Fans podcast. We're so glad you could join us again. We're on episode 6. Feels like we started this not so long ago, but we're so excited to be episode 6. Spy, how you doing?
I'm good, David. How are you?
I'm amazing, bro. I'm just chilling, going day by day. School hasn't been too bad.
I appreciate the fact that you always ask how am I every podcast. You really do care about my mental health, don't you?
Not just your mental health. I care about you around, from your mental health to your physical health to your emotional health, everything. You're like the brother from another mother. So
same mother, but we thank God.
We're not same mother. It's brother from another mother. So
same mother, David.
Okay, well that's lovely. How's beautiful England doing today?
The weather is as shocking as always.
Hot?
Very hot. I went to work today and it was I don't even know what that was. 100 degrees or something. That's what it felt like though.
Yeah, even here too, over the past 2 days, it's been crazy. I'm so glad my room has AC because I don't know how I've survived though.
Well, we don't have AC or rather air conditioning in here unless you're in an office environment. But in the homes, you barely see unless you buy the standing ones. You get me?
Yeah. So then, how do you get colder?
We have what you call a window, David.
And so, but isn't the air outside hot though?
Yeah, but towards the night time, it gets better. Do you get what I mean?
Okay. I mean, nighttime is pretty much when it matters, definitely. So let's get right into it. But first off, as usual, we have to say thank you to all our amazing listeners. So far, we have a steady amount of following. So we are grateful to all you guys that steadily follow us and vibe with us. We really appreciate it. We ask that you, as usual, to keep listening, keep enjoying the episodes. We'll make it as fun as usual. Keep subscribing and keep sharing as usual also. So thank you again very much, Spy.
Keep up the good work as always.
Yeah, keep up the good work. So let's dive right into it. I think we don't necessarily have much in store for you guys today. We just have a few transfer talk here and there. We have the Ballon d'Or talk because we're recording this on the day the Ballon d'Or nomination list came out. So we'll talk about that for a bit. And then we'll also talk about the Champions League draw because it's a very, very interesting draw. And then we'll move straight up into match week 4. Give all our takes on that and we'll get right out of here. Sounds good?
Sounds perfect.
Amazing. So let's get right into it. The transfer window for pretty much Euro closed last week Friday. I won't say it was the most intensifying, that's bad English. It was the most intense transfer window compared to others, last minute deadline day transfers. It wasn't that interesting so far, but is there any transfer you noted on that day that you are like, yeah, this was quite interesting?
Greenwood to Getafe.
That was a good one though. I thought the report came out that he was going to Getafe on loan. It was weird because it
was weird to me because the last I read about Greenwood was Manchester United releasing him.
Exactly, that's the same thing I thought.
So I was like, okay, he's leaving, but I'm hearing that man is paying more than half of his wages. So that means you never released him.
Yeah.
You just wanted to make the press happy with what you're about to release. You get what I mean?
I get that, exactly. So that was pretty much a strange one. But I mean, if he's going to get his playing time back, get the ball back in his legs, because I think it's been over a year since he played, if not 2 years.
Competitive football, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it'd be good to get the legs running, and if he does that in Getafe, that's good for him. I mean, for me, as I said, as long as all the charges have been dropped, all the evidence that was brought forward doesn't point to him doing anything. I really don't.
I think you're getting that wrong. The evidence does point to a lot of things, but all we can say is that the charges were dropped due to the fact that she did not want to be a single mom.
I see. Well, we won't go deep dive.
Won't go into deep
Won't
into
go
that.
deep
Yeah.
into that. Yeah. Any other transfer? Any other thing that you caught your fancy?
Well, not really. Actually, not really.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also one. There's one that I think we should probably talk about. Joao Felix, Atletico to Barcelona.
I mean, that's from what I heard. That was always his dream. So I kind of expected it to happen.
Well, he's on loan because of Barcelona's problems and all that stuff. Him and Joao Cancelo too. Joao Cancelo from
Yeah,
Man
they
City
agreed.
also.
For that's the passion. I don't understand what Xavi does to players. Like, Xavi has a way of pulling players. The Xavi pool. They agreed to drop their wages. Both of them, both Cancelo and Felix, to drop their wages to play for Barca.
Yeah.
That is world class.
That's crazy, yeah. So, I mean, it's good for them. I mean, it's increased Barcelona's firepower both up front and even in defense. So, it's good for them, man. Maybe if they do sort out their FFP problems and their money problems, they can probably make those transfers permanent, especially if they do perform, like, very well. So, another one, I'm just going to be touching on little ones here and there. Cole Palmer, City to Chelsea. I'm surprised that City actually let him go.
I mean, I'm not saying City let him go. I'm thinking it's a situation of an offer comes, Pep tells, I don't think Pep actually, rejects offers. I think he's the type of manager, he knows you can be replaced. So he's not trying to make anyone important. If you want to take the player, go on, have a try. If the player wants to agree, then go on. That's on him.
Yeah. So, I mean, he made his move from Manchester
because
to London.
From what I heard, I heard that the personal terms were even agreed before club terms.
Yeah.
So Pep is not going to intervene in that. He wants his heart is not there again. He wants to go. He has won so many medals just of sitting on the bench. So yeah.
Yeah, for £40 million from the blue side of Manchester to London. So, and City also got their business done with Matheus Nunes from Wolves, the midfielder, £53 million. I mean, me personally, I don't think it's enough. I still think they lack a bit.
From a lot of Pep has been giving Nunes a lot of praises.
Yeah.
Hopefully he lives up to it.
Hopefully though, because as I said, I still don't think it's enough. I think they lost more than they gained. But you don't know. I mean, he's going to a team where they are pretty much playing every week, apart from the international break. Every week they will be playing football, like Prem, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. Then in December they have Club World Cup. So he will definitely get game time at some point. So that'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. I do think so. But in respect to Palmer, I don't think... Yeah, Chelsea's looking quite okay. But Palmer, I think I'll give him the credit because every player just... That's to show you that he's not actually after the money. He's after the game time.
Yeah.
And that is very good for a young footballer. I think that's the mindset everyone should be looking for.
Also, the same thing to happened with this guy that just moved to Liverpool from Bayern, Ryan Gravenberch. He also wasn't getting the game time at Bayern, so he was like, I'm going to go to Liverpool. And definitely, at Bayern, he would have definitely won the medals and all that stuff, but he wants game time and stuff. So that's just another example of young players wanting to get that game time, not necessarily just sitting on the bench and getting medals,
Yeah, they like to get involved, not just get paid for doing nothing, get paid for actually getting involved and actually winning titles.
Definitely, yeah. Also, this one I think kind of not surprising, but a little bit weird. Brennan Johnson, Forest to Spurs for £45 million.
I didn't even know about that. Wow, that's a surprising one.
I mean, they have been chasing him pretty much from the start of the season because I think they already knew Kane was leaving, so they were like, we need someone to kind of fill. Well, no, I won't say fill his boot, obviously, but someone to come in and that can do 20% of what 20 to 40% of what Kane was doing. And he's young, he has room for development. And I think under Ange, that would be really good. That's a really good development mentor for him. So
speaking about Ange, wow, that's literally all I can say under his name.
And
wow.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I just know his name as Ange. That's what I call him, Ange. I'm just going to round up with just a few names here. Also, obviously, your club, they have completed loan signings precisely. Your boy Amrabat, he has come. That's done. Loan deal, obviously. Ryan Sessegnon also loan deal. Is there no? I'm not necessarily seeing a long term thing here. What's up with that?
Now that I don't have the answer to, but I feel Ten Hag is making a lot of signings, so he's trying to like push more to the loan side in case of any I don't know prospects or whatever, just like not to spend too much money. Maybe the Glazers have given him a limit or something like that. You never know.
Well, definitely, obviously, because your club. Well, the club is not at its best currently financially, so there's definitely a limit. But then they have also spent a ton of money on just like Mason Mount, Onana.
People that we didn't need.
Yeah,
Basically, since Ten Hag's coming, he's signed a lot of players. He signed Onana, he signed Joe Martinez, Rafael Varane. I'm calling even free ones right now. Casemiro. He signed a lot.
exactly.
Anthony.
That's
Boris
money.
Hoyland.
Yeah, Hoyland also. You guys signed Hoyland for what you signed him for. I mean, obviously, right now he might probably justify it soon, but like for
I like
what
to
you guys
see
signed him
his
for.
full gameplay from starting the game because he brought up that different intensity that Marshall wasn't bringing.
Exactly, that Arsenal game. When he was coming, I said, and him and Gabriel were doing their thing. I was like, nah, this guy's trouble. And I'm grateful he wasn't fit enough to start against Arsenal because I'm in trouble. But I'm grateful to that. But we'll get to that later in the show. So yeah, that's basically. Oh, and lastly, Ansu Fati, Barcelona to Brighton.
Now that was one surprising transfer. That happened like I think was it Friday night or Saturday morning? But it was a surprising one because we were about to play football and then we brought it up and like we were like Brighton's looking dangerous. You have Mitoma, you have Ansu Fati. What else do you want?
Pedro, exactly.
And you have a striker that just popped out a hat-trick from nowhere.
Exactly.
Ferguson. Oh my God.
They are scouts. Like I think Brighton have the best scouts. Like I don't know how they do that. Like he actually came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came. Like because every time you're reading about Ansu Fati, you always see Xavi saying he's part of our plans. He's not going anywhere. His place is here. He's going to be a star for Barcelona. All this stuff. You hear the president saying the same thing. All this stuff, and then out of nowhere, you just see Brighton.
Yes, definitely. Ansu Fati is going to be a Barcelona star. But the fact about it is that Xavi would really play him. If you look last season, Xavi wasn't playing that much.
Yeah.
So this season as well, Xavi clearly likes Ferran Torres over him. So Xavi was like, it's best to just go out and keep your legs warm.
Yeah, and I think in Brighton he will definitely get game time. Like I'm 100% sure in Brighton because obviously they have Europa League, they have FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
Yeah, Brighton
they have the
really
Premier
like...
League. And Brighton are not at this. I don't think Brighton are striving for just okay. Let's finish. Top half.
I think they're good. I think they're going for it.
They're going
I think they want to win everything, bro.
Yeah,
it's the way I'm seeing Brighton playing football these days. Like they want to actually go all out and win a silverware.
Definitely, like it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like their drive. I like their determination. I like how they are looking at it, and it's impressive. So hopefully they do get, if not to get the Premier League, they can get any other thing, but they should leave the Premier League.
They can have the Premier League. No other team should take it. Brighton should take it. Brighton and Luton.
Moving on. Let's move on to Ballon d'Or talk. Obviously, we're recording this Wednesday. The Ballon d'Or nomination just came out. 30-man nomination just came out for the Ballon d'Or. The event is taking place 30th of October up in France as usual. So we have Andre Onana, we have Jesco Gavador, we have Karim Benzema, Jamal Musiala, Mohamed Salah, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Randall Kolo Muani, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Emilio Martinez, Ruben Diaz, Nicola Barella, Eric Haaland, Yasin Bonu, Martin Odegaard, Julian Alvarez, Iker Gundogan, Vinicius, Lionel Messi, Rodri, Lautaro Martinez, Antonio Griezmann, Robert Lewandowski, Kylian Mbappe, Kim Min-jae, Victor Osimhen, Luka Modric, Harry Kane. I left one name out because I really cannot pronounce it. The Napoli guy, that Napoli's winger, Kavicha, but I didn't know how to pronounce it.
I honestly don't know how to pronounce the name.
Well, he plays for Napoli. He's from Georgia. He's their left winger, I think. I really just can't pronounce the name at this time. So, but yeah, that's your 30-man nomination list for the Ballon d'Or this year. Any surprises? Any shocks? Any, are you angry for any snubs?
Snobs? Not really, actually. People saying that Rashford should be nominated. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw that.
He had the season of his life, but no, it wasn't good enough to get nominated in there.
Definitely, Rashford. I saw Rashford. I saw John Stones. I saw not Jude Bellingham. Jack Grealish. All those guys. I mean, they are notable mentions, though.
I think the only thing that should have been that should have happened is you need to take out Julian Alvarez and put Rodri in there.
Rodri's in it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Rodri's in it. Well, yeah, he is. Yeah, I think City is the team with the most nominations here.
Oh yes, Rodri's.
Yeah,
that's a perfect team on this right there.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't have any complaint. Obviously, for the first time since 2000.
I don't understand why Griezmann is there, though.
No, he helped Atletico, though. He helped Atletico.
To do what?
I mean, that's all I can say. He helped them. And obviously, he's a regular for France. So, but I think it's deserved. I mean, it's a nomination. And obviously, for the first time since 2003, Ronaldo isn't on the list. And that's very understandable. No one will actually complain about it. So, we all know it is what it is.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. But who do you fancy winning it?
Definitely due to international whatever, you have to say Messi.
Because he just won the World Cup, right?
But if history repeats itself, then Haaland.
I do think Haaland deserves it. Like, I don't know. Do you think probably Messi probably has over Haaland is obviously international football? But
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And the year of World Cup is always more valued. Like the year of Modric.
Yeah,
the only time that it didn't happen was to Messi back in what was it? Was it 2014? 14? Yeah. So I'm saying if history should repeat itself, then Haaland will take it. If not, Messi gets his 8.
And well, it is what it is. So okay, well that's me. I do want Haaland to win it. If Haaland does win it, to be impressive. Because I just feel like Haaland, and obviously there's there's this debate trying to start up Haaland versus Mbappe, and I necessarily don't see it. I really do not see it.
I don't even think that debate was going to last long. People just do the debate to stop boredom, I think, because that debate is very Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. You could say they could be debated because.
Yeah, that went on for 15 years.
They basically fought the stage. But Haaland and Mbappe are not fighting no stage. It's either it's Haaland stage or it's Mbappe stage.
Exactly.
It's not Haaland and Mbappe.
Exactly. So,
like last season, it was Haaland stage. 2 seasons ago, during the France's World Cup reign,
2018,
it was stage. 2018. And Haaland wasn't even people were not even saying whatever about Haaland.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, let's go on. Let's just transition quickly into the Champions League draw. Well, Champions League draw took place. Obviously, Group A, we have Bayern, United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. Group B, Sevilla, my beloved Arsenal, PSV, Lens. Group C, Napoli, Madrid, Braga, Union Berlin. Group D, Benfica, Inter, RB Salzburg, Real Sociedad. What's crazy? Group E, Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Celtic. Group F, which everyone calls the group of death, PSG, Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle. And Group G, Man City, Leipzig, Vezda, and Young Boys. Group H, Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Antwerp. As usual, any thoughts?
As usual, I don't know why Man City keeps getting groups that they always qualify, even without playing. You just know that they qualify.
I say this every year. They give them. It's Leipzig. They gave 7.
They gave Leipzig, and they absolutely destroyed Leipzig last season, and now they're giving them Leipzig again.
And they're giving them Young Boys.
Now, whatever it's got. What is that?
That's what I'm saying. Every time it's like they just make the way for City to make it to the finals. Like
they make it the way for City to get into quarterfinals, and then they can fight for their lives from there. That's it.
They do this.
For every other
time.
team, they fight for their life from group stage. Right from group stage. Look at Manchester United. People don't sleep on Galatasaray, you know. They have Zaha now. Don't sleep on that.
Those guys are loaded. Copa
Do not sleep on that.
Copa League are no joke.
Don't sleep on Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. Don't sleep on that. Most especially, do not sleep on Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle.
That's what they call the group of there. You know, that's what everyone's calling the group of there.
You have Marco Reus playing against Mbappe. You have Rafael Leao.
You have Pulisic
playing against Isaac.
You have Pulisic also. You have bro. Group F. Group F matches would be good to watch though. Like those.
Very good to watch. I would like to see how Newcastle are going to go on. I'd like to see how Eddie Howe is going to put his team out against Mbappe. Exactly. I would love to see that. And then how they play against Mbappe will either show us that Mbappe is that good or he hasn't just met an actual homeboy Premier League team.
Definitely.
Because forget that Newcastle are not the best in Prem, but they are still a Prem team. And Prem teams don't just go out there and behave like they don't know their background. They go out there and they represent Premier League to show you how difficult it is.
Exactly. I mean, usually, personally, right, I don't think Dortmund will make it out of the group. Like, I've ruled out Dortmund. Like, I'm not even counting them in.
I think they would, you know.
No, I don't think so. Because I feel PSG will probably top the group. Then it will be between Milan and Newcastle. Fight for second. To be between.
I feel Milan taking first, Dortmund taking second, and then PSG and Newcastle fight for the third place. PSG is not what they used to be. They just not even what they used to be. They just have the name. They don't have the chemistry.
I mean, with Mbappe back now, I think they are.
Mbappe back now, yeah, but they're still struggling against whatever teams they were playing against. Did you watch the matches?
Well, I like watching Ligue 1 matches, bro.
Yeah, just like Haaland or whatever. It's just basically Mbappe dating Mbappe. And then there'll be a situation in time that someone will be able to mark Mbappe, and that's it. PSG are done for. Because every single cross in the box, they were just passing to Mbappe.
Definitely. So, I mean, yeah, as I said, to definitely be mouth-watering. And obviously, match week 1 of the Champions League starts Tuesday, September 19th, the week after we get back from the international break. So it will be definitely, and that Tuesday, Milan takes on Newcastle, PSG takes on Dortmund. So that will be really interesting to see. Like, I'm looking forward to it, 100%. Oh, and then Bayern plays United on Wednesday, so that will also be good.
Bayern United, well, the United needs to fix up. Manchester United really need to fix up.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get into their own problems in a bit, just in a bit. So let's move on to our big stuff. Hattrick 4. It's safe to say it didn't disappoint, right?
It actually didn't disappoint in any way.
Exactly. Goals left, right. There was no goalless draw. Each game ended with a goal. That's drama right there, you know. Let's move on to your predictions before we kick off. Your predictions from last week. First off, Luton, West Ham. You predicted West Ham winning 2-1. So, credit to you in advance. Credit to you. Sheffield, Everton. You predicted 1-1. Credit to you on the prediction, the draw. So, credit to you. City, Fulham. You predicted City winning 3-0. Forest, Chelsea. You predicted Forest winning 3-2. Credit to you also, because you also said Elanga will score. So credit to you also for that.
I mean, 3-2 is still a 1-goal difference. So credit.
Yeah, credit to you. Yeah, definitely. That and the Elanga thing, you put it right on the plate there. So definitely. Spurs, Burnley, you had Spurs winning 1-0. Brentford, Bournemouth, you had Brentford winning 3-1. Brighton, Newcastle, you had Newcastle winning 2-1. Wolves, Palace, you had Wolves winning 1-0. Liverpool, Villa, you had Villa winning 3-1. And then obviously we didn't give our prediction for Arsenal United. We left that one up to the fans. So actual scorelines, we have West Ham, Luton 2-1. So again, credit to you on that. That was one right on the spot there. Everton, Sheffield ended 2-2. Fulham ended 5-1. Chelsea, Forest ended 1-0 to Forest. Spurs, Burnley ended 5-2 to Burnley. Sorry, to Spurs. Brentford, Bournemouth ended 2-2. Brighton came out victorious 3-1 over Newcastle. Crystal Palace Wolves 3-2 to Palace. Liverpool beat Villa 3-0. And then, as you said, Arsenal beats United 3-1. So let's start with the main headlines of the match week. 3 players scoring hat-tricks. Son, Ferguson, and Haaland. Let's know, what do you think of that? What's your thought on that?
Haaland expected. Ferguson out of nowhere. Son, took him a long time to step up his game.
Exactly. Remember last week how you told me I should sell Son? You're like,
yeah, I think I still
FPL.
stand on my ground that you should sell Son. He just gave you a reason not to last week, sorry. But if he keeps like that every week, then keep him. But the way he's been moving, I don't think he's going to be like that every week.
Well, and Spurs, let's then go into detail now. Spurs Burnley ended 5-2, obviously, with Son scoring a hat-trick, and I can't remember the other people. Son scoring a hat-trick, Romero, and then Maddison, obviously. And then, obviously, Burnley started the game bright and early, scored first, and then Spurs just came back with a bang. Goals a lot from everywhere. And then, obviously, in the 90+4, Burnley came back and just scored one consolation goal. But we're seeing Ange Ball now. Something changed in their formation. For the past 3 weeks, Richarlison has been playing the 9. But in this particular game, Son was put in the 9th position. And then this guy, Manuel Solomon, came on to replace him. And then he played on the left, on the right, one of them. But with that now, you see that Son was more into the game. Son was lively. And Ange Ball was a full effect, proper attacking football.
Richarlison is... I don't see why that guy is still in the starting 11.
I really cannot tell you why. He stayed that long in the starting 11.
Probably the Ange is a fan of pigeons, that's why.
But yeah, so Spurs, Ange Ball is definitely looking good. Do you think they can maintain it? Because obviously in the past seasons we have seen Spurs start out strong as usual, and then towards match week 17, match week 18, they then die down. You see the draws and all that stuff. Do you think they can maintain it?
I don't think so, but I think they're capable of it.
Definitely. I mean, look at their players. Like, we are even their latest addition. Also, you expect that without Europe, they should maintain this firepower of attack they have. So, and also, Burnley. Just talk about Burnley a bit. Are you worried for them? Are you scared for them?
Burnley? No. I think that you just need a couple of games to sit right into the play.
So you feel like they would step up their game and get the points.
I feel like because the company knows what he's doing, and yeah.
Hopefully, let's move on to the next hat-trick hero, Brighton Newcastle 3-1. We said last week these are two teams that wanted to bounce back from their devastating loss the previous week. And obviously, Brighton came back with a bang. Ferguson, I think that boy has something special in him. Like, he's going to go places.
100%. Because the finishes were not even normal finishes. They were like difficult finishes.
Yeah.
The first touch was amazing and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel. Honestly, I think that was his first game of starting, wasn't it?
Either the first or the second, because Danny Welbeck has probably been starting.
Yeah,
games.
But wow, he looked like Dave needed that type of striker for time, and he delivered.
Definitely, like it was. I think Brighton. I'm not surprised if one of these teams come in and sweep him, and Brighton asks for 100 mil for him, and he looked like him,
Yeah,
he definitely looked like him. Let's also Newcastle. Are you worried about Newcastle? Because I think this is like 3 games now without a win.
Yeah, but it's not like Newcastle. It's the fixtures that have been given to them. The fixtures are very, very, very difficult.
But I mean, they were on the verge of beating Liverpool last week.
Yeah, but a man down.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like they couldn't have won it. They were on the verge of beating Liverpool, 10-men Liverpool last week. Almost gave City a run for their money, obviously, at the Etihad. So, and then the Brighton one was just... So that... are you worried that the 3 games now without a win? Are you?
I feel like Eddie Howe knows what he's doing.
You think he knows what he's doing?
I know he knows what he's doing.
No, you do. Okay. Well, next, our last hat-trick hero, obviously Haaland. We kind of. I don't think now is. It's nothing new now. So
It's nothing expected. If he doesn't score a hat trick in a week, then we'll say, okay, that's new.
yeah. Now it's like, okay, he does it, and we're like, yeah.
It's like
let's get
Haaland is
on
on
with our
starting
life.
level. Okay, we're expecting a goal today. Next week we're going to score, but we want to see how he's going to score. Do you get me?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was watching the game, I think Fulham probably had a chance. Fulham could have probably gone into halftime 1-1 and it would have been a different second half. But then that Nathan Ake's goal that Akanji, I mean, obviously everyone says that, oh no, VR says it wasn't impeding his vision, Ben Leno's vision. But what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Think of that choice? Not choice. What do you think of the? I'm blanking.
I feel like Manchester City, they have paid off the referee. That's what I feel. I feel like that he was in his vision 100%. He was in his vision. They should have screwed up the goal. Manchester City should have lost the match. That's what I feel.
That's the same thing I thought.
In a very fair perspective.
That's the same thing I thought. Like he was literally in front of Ben Leno. I don't know how that was still given. Like I've obviously not heard any explanation so far from it, but he was in Ben Leno's vision, and yeah, no, I really don't even know what to say on that. I'm just because if they had gone into halftime 1-1, it would have been a completely different game. Second half would have been completely different.
I feel like City would have just come out stronger as they normally do. I feel like they still have won it, but it would have been
obviously it would have more. That's why I say it would have been more difficult. Haaland probably wouldn't be scoring a hat-trick because Fulham were just demoralized. Like after the ruling of that goal, they were just demoralized. And probably you expect that they shouldn't be because they went into halftime. They probably the manager probably talked to them. So you expect they shouldn't be demoralized, but it's always painful when it probably could have gone a different way if it had looked
100%, exactly. Just like just like the Arsenal United game. The Garnacho, after that Garnacho goal and got rolled off, it's like United just gave up and then Arsenal went to take the rest.
Lovely. With that being said, let's transition into that game quickly. Obviously, Arsenal winning it 3-1. 2 late goals from Declan Rice and Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, there were many VAR interventions and all that stuff. But obviously, I think Arsenal was the better team, obviously, between the two of them. So
agreed.
And there's something I think Arteta did deliberately, and I've been hearing this from all like the shows I've been watching over the past week after the game. Usually, when United comes to the Emirates, they hardly have the ball, but Arsenal allowed them to have the ball, especially in the first half where they had like 55% possession.
Yes, because he tried to stop that counter attack.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what everyone
Once we have the ball, United are comfortable. We are okay by pressing. But you guys gave us the ball and then we cannot. United is the squad that we don't really create chances of possession.
Yeah.
City that, okay, give them possession and then you're finished.
So I found that tweak by Arteta really interesting. And I think it helped the game a bit. If we had the ball while playing on the counter, and you guys were playing on the counter, I feel it would have been a very different story also. So I really
100% would have won that game like 17-1, but again, due to some certain fact, we lost it.
17-1 is a stretch though.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Well, I'm just going to touch on a few bits from the game and let me just hear what you have to say. Kai Havertz, obviously, you can't talk about the game without talking about him. He had a sitter of a chance there and he missed it. So do you still think...
Like I said, he has a shoe that he cannot feel. And that is going to weigh him down for a long time.
Yeah, but my point is, do you think we should, as Arsenal fans, do you still think we should give him time?
Yeah, give him time, definitely. He's in a new position, he's in a new club, he's in a new city. He needs time. He needs time to see into Arteta goal.
Definitely. Okay. That's also why I think, but there are some Arsenal fans out there that, probably don't know left from right and they're saying nonsense out there. But
yeah, there was this thing to judge Arsenal fans, yeah. It was called the Saka effect. The question is, would you have them sell Saka and win a Premier League, or keep Saka and don't win a Premier League?
I saw that somewhere.
What is your opinion on that?
Obviously, I'll keep Saka. Well, I'll keep Saka, obviously.
Wow.
But you know what? Because obviously I'm a loyal Arsenal fan, right? I'll keep Saka. But if you look at it in terms of club-wise and bragging rights and all that stuff, I'll obviously sell Saka and win the Premier League. Like, if selling Saka gives me the Premier League, I'll definitely keep it. But obviously, as a loyal fan and someone that loves Saka, I want Saka to be there to win the Premier League. You're
literally giving me the two options. I told you, as a person, as David, what are you choosing?
I might choose, obviously, Arsenal winning Premier League.
Good.
100%.
Good. Now, you're an Arsenal fan. Those people are Saka fans. There's like two different types of people.
Sometimes it's hard to separate you.
It's not hard to separate
the player fan. No, chill.
It's just like you saying, Messi is dropped from international and Argentina is winning the World Cup. Argentines are going to say yes.
Pause. Okay, you as a Messi fan, do you want
me as a Messi fan? Right, me as a Messi fan, I would definitely love. Messi fan, I'm not an Argentine citizen.
Okay.
But if you're an Argentine citizen, you definitely, yes, Messi is the whatever. Well, yes, you definitely won that World Cup. Because even if you win the World Cup, the first thing Argentine players would do is to bring that World Cup back to Messi's house and celebrate with him like he was part of it.
Well, yeah, but okay, then let me rephrase the question and leave an international football. Let's say Barcelona now. When Messi was Barcelona, Messi winning his first Ballon d'Or or Barcelona winning the Champions League?
Messi's first Ballon d'Or.
So you rather take Messi winning his first Ballon d'Or than Barcelona winning the Champions League?
Yes.
So I mean, that's
why? Why? Is because I was never a Barcelona fan, I was a Messi fan. If Messi was in Manchester United, then I would say Manchester United win that Champions League.
Okay, I get your points now. That's fair. I get it. That's proper. I get it. Let's move on. So obviously, we won't talk too much. So before we move on, how did I forget this? Before we move on, the Garnacho's goal, did you think it was offside? Obviously, the margins were really tight. That was a really tight one. But, Ten Hag came and said this, said that, all blah, 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 all that stuff. What do you think?
I think, an offside is an offside. So if they say he was offside, I don't care about the lines that they put. Even if the lines are looking pentagonal, as far as they say he's offside, I agree with them.
100%. So, that was a really entertaining game. Gabriel Jesus coming in, scoring, obviously, the third goal, sending Dalot to space. Rice with the finish for the winner. Really enjoyed that game. Game of high emotions. I was speechless. Like, when Rice scored, I couldn't even say anything. I couldn't scream, I couldn't shout. All I could do was just open my mouth and be like, Zinchenko type of thing against Bournemouth. But yeah. So let's move on to... We just talk about two more games before we round up on this segment. Liverpool Villa, obviously Liverpool finishing with 3 goals. But they did lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. According to reports, he'll be out for 2 weeks, probably be back right after the international break. But obviously Dominik Szoboszlai scored his first goal. That was a real banger. Like, that goal was proper. What do you think?
I think the finish could have been dealt with before he moved shot. It was like Arsenal's, with like racism as well. If they rushed out to him, that would have never happened. But they decided to take their time, and then that's what happened.
Definitely, that's the same thing I said. Like, that ball shouldn't have even gotten to him in the first place. Like, it did need to. But overall, I think Liverpool played proper football. Villa looked out of sorts for a reason. So I did enjoy that game also. well, big ups to Liverpool. I think they are currently on a 15-game unbeaten streak, going back all the way to last season. I think 11 wins, 4 draws, something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure of the numbers, but it looks like they do seem to be trending up. So hopefully they can continue, winning games and winning it comfortably with their refurbished midfield. So yeah, I think that's what we'll stop on for Liverpool Villa. And then lastly, obviously, we can't talk about a match, we cannot talk about Chelsea. So Chelsea Forest. Yes, Chelsea Forest. Forest winning 1-0. Anthony Elanga scoring the goal. What was up in that game, obviously, with Chelsea? What do you think was up with that game?
Chelsea was being Chelsea. That's all I can say. Raheem Sterling was not prime hazard anymore, so Chelsea could not produce.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think they need to sort out their business quickly, like find that balanced starting 11.
I don't even think Pochettino knows his players, but everyone looks like Travis Scott. I don't think he knows who is who.
That's what everyone keeps saying, because they keep doing all the same hairstyle and all that stuff. So he does need to find his balanced starting 11 and get his business fixed, because they have no Europe. This is the perfect time they could push to get something. Well, not necessarily Premier League, but like Carabao Cup, FA Cup, push for those things. Top 4 or top 6. Let's push for those things, So
that is going to be very hard, given the fact that Pochettino is a manager known for his gameplay, not his silverwares.
Well, that's just me, though. That's just all I have to say about Chelsea. Like, they should get their business sorted out. So let's move on. But yeah, definitely with the international break currently in play, the Premier League table after 4 weeks looks like this. Obviously, City's first because they're the only team that's been perfect. Spurs follows second with 10 points. Liverpool, West Ham, Arsenal right behind also with 10 points. Brighton in 6th, Palace in 7th. Then you have United and Chelsea 11th and 12th respectively, 6 points and 4 points respectively. And obviously Everton, Luton and Burnley make up the bottom 3, with Everton a single point, Luton and Burnley no point yet. But obviously they have a game in hand. So yeah, that's how the Premier League table is looking. Any shocking thing there?
No, for now, no. Maybe from game week 8, game week 10, then we can start saying shocking things or not. But for now, it's just
definitely.
So we can expect 4 games in.
That's pretty much what I was thinking. Also, like 4 games in, you can't necessarily expect much. It just shows.
Was it last season? Yeah, last season, 8 games in, City was like what, 8 on the table.
Yeah.
So you cannot really expect anything.
Definitely. So let's move on quickly to like match players of the game. Obviously, players of the game. Starting with your player of the game, Luton West Ham.
That's a tough one. Luton West Ham. It has to be Paqueta.
Okay. Sheffield Everton.
I'll give it to Danjuma.
City Fulham,
definitely. Haaland.
Chelsea Forest.
My boy. Elanga,
yes sir. Spurs Burnley.
James Maddison.
I think
I'm not going to him, son.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I think it's an early shout for player of the season. Signing of the season. We kind of overlooked that, but I think it's an early shout for signing of the season. Bournemouth, Brentford,
that's tough. Dominik Szoboszlai, I think.
Brighton, Newcastle,
Ferguson, of course.
Palace, Wolves,
Edward.
Yep. Villa, Liverpool,
Trent.
Arsenal, United.
I've answered.
Who? Rice?
I'm not going to answer that question. Next question, please.
Okay, well, just rounding up before I move to match week 5 predictions. Are you still sticking with your preseason predictions, like preseason,
Yep, 100%.
predictions? You're still sticking with it.
100%.
4 games in, you still think you are going with everything you said?
100%.
Lovely. Match week 5 is Saturday, September 16th. Yep. Oh, and there's a Monday game that match week. I do not like Monday games. I really do not like Monday games.
I love it. Monday night football. I love it. I live for it.
I really don't. But let's go with your predictions. Wolves, Liverpool.
Liverpool win 2-1.
Liverpool win 2-1. Fulham, Luton Town.
Fulham win 2-0. Adama Traore.
Spurs, Sheffield.
Spurs win 4-1.
West Ham City.
City win 1-0.
United, Brighton.
Brighton win 2-1.
Villa, Palace.
Villa win 1-0. The reason I said Brighton to win the United is because I've been saying United to win, and I think it's coming back as the opposite. So I'm going for that Brighton to win. So hoping for the opposite.
You're going for reverse karma.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Newcastle, Brentford.
Newcastle to come back 1-0.
Bournemouth, Chelsea.
Chelsea win 3-1.
Everton, Arsenal.
Arsenal win 2-0.
Forest, Burnley.
Forest win 3-1.
Forest win 3-1. Lovely. That's been a wrap. That's a wrap from us. We hope you guys enjoy your amazing week ahead. We'll see you guys after match week 5. Hope you guys remain vibey, remain pretty, inspiring thing.
And as always,
keep up the good work. Yes, sir. We appreciate you guys for all your support, all your love. We'll see you guys the week after match week 5. Wow.